Garage Pod! Garage Pod! Welcome back to the National Players Club Garage Pod. This is the look forward to Week 10. I don't know how many of us are looking forward to Week 10.
I am.
I
need a win. I need another win.
I need a big win. I need massive points. I need 40 more points than this Joker. And a win.
I just need 41 more points than this guy. Sorry, when I get my win, all you'll need is a win.
So this portion of the podcast is brought to you by our wonderful sponsor.
She gets a special cologne.
It's a
cologne.
We've done this like 3, 4, 5 times.
Yep. It's made with bits of real panther.
And
so you know it's good.
Up until this last week, I didn't think you said cologne. It doesn't matter.
Salute.
We're drinking Sex Panther cologne.
Cologne never tasted so sweet.
Yes.
I was wondering, I saw him do this. I was like, something wrong with your neck? And he goes, gotcha. A little splash will do ya.
Exactly.
So going into Week 10, we have some matchups that are actually going to be some key matchups going into the next 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. 3 or 4?
4 including this week.
4 including this week. So the next 3 weeks after this is going to start some of the key matchups.
And actually, I think this is a very important week.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, this is starting the playoff run. This is starting the grudge match for the division.
I think these 2 next weeks are going to be crucial on where you position yourself for your playoff run, which will be the final 2 weeks.
Because right now, as it stands in the South Division, Kevin and I are tied for first. He's got me by 10 points. And that's by the sheer skin of his damn teeth. And
teeth.
And and me not starting to charge of defense. At least I own up to my crap, unlike Brandon, who thinks that he was a god coach by starting Martin. Dude, that's like searching for a lottery ticket in a or searching for food in a garbage can and come across the winning lottery ticket.
I got one thing to say for you on this. Yellow flags.
No, I want to
Red flag. Coach.
I remember all those texts well. I took notes, remember?
Do you know the difference between Brandon and God?
No.
God doesn't think he's a fantasy coach.
I'm going to let. God does not think he's a fantasy coach. I hope you got that. Yes, that's awesome.
And Brandon did give me a little shit this week because apparently we have been bagging on him a whole lot.
But you're not here, fucker. That's why. Okay, we got to watch that box.
We do. Okay. You do put a target on your back.
Yeah, especially whenever you're going to, like, stay quiet when you're losing and then you get one player that puts up half of your points for the entire game and then you're a fantasy god?
And then everybody goes over on their text messages.
You are, yeah.
One day.
Killed my phone twice, dude. Once without the charger, once on the charger. My phone shut down and restarted. On the charger. That's amazing. And the fact that he can type that fast astounds me.
Well, he's in Oklahoma.
He has nothing better to do.
Nothing better to do. And apparently they don't drink a whole lot of Pepsi there. So, just saying. Which one we start with?
Take your pick. Who you got? The Annihilators?
I got Annihilators and Burn.
Boom.
Annihilators and Burn. All right. So we'll go with Annihilators. I'll pull this up here, and I got it right in front of me. You get the Burn. Oh, I do have the Burn. Well, I'll go with the Burn then. Who is coaching rank, which, again, Brandon has been chastised.
He was on me about my coaching rank, so this was actually for your benefit. We went through and put, in addition to our matchups for next week,
coach rank and schedule difficulty.
And level of schedule.
There's a couple of extras, but we'll get to those.
But
Bernie's coaching rank is 5th overall in the league. Schedule difficulty is 10. So, I mean, it is what it is.
She's got a relatively soft schedule. Her picks have been halfway decent. But at the same time, she's largely been forced into those picks.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know how much I give you props on your actual coaching because most of those picks you're kind of like, Oh, I have nobody else I can start. Might as well.
I mean, there's T.O., but I mean,
T.O.
there's still...
Is T.O. going to make the
That's
QQ
probably
lineup
what's
this
giving
week?
her. That's probably what's giving her her raking is that T.O. puts up no points and she continuously does not start him. I mean,
I think I'm going to send her a trade offer for T.O. Let's see what happens. So what do you got?
No,
So,
she hasn't paid. Can't take it.
oh, that's right.
That's right. Well, big one. Aaron Rodgers on a bye this week.
damn it.
So she's going to have to put in Ryan Fitzpatrick. See how that goes.
Good luck with that.
You got 14 points projected for him. C.J. Spiller, 16 points. 27 for Green. Is there anything on the bench that she really needs? No, I mean, as long as she puts Fitz in her starting lineup, keeps T.O. on the bench, I think
Maybe she should start T.O.
she should.
He could get somewhere.
Well, I mean,
She's going to give Christine a run for money, although I did take Christine for my pick and my upset for this week. So
We'll get on that.
Annihilators.
Frank
On the
Blast.
flip side of that, you've got Eli Manning had his performance last week
And the week
of
before.
3 points. He's
But she
projected for
is-
16 this week. Her biggest issues right now, she's got some major concerns. She's got McFadden with a high ankle sprain. She's got Percy Harvin's also banged up. Both of them are
Does she
not
have
viable
trade
options. Yeah, she has since almost day one.
I have to look at
There was,
Send me the trade up.
and then and on top of that, she's got Fitzgerald on a bye. So there's 3 holes in her
yeah,
in her lineup that need to get
and
plugged. Now,
honestly,
granted, she's playing against Bernie without her quarterback, but she needs to make some adjustments here. I'm setting trade options. I'm sure she'll get some from you guys.
and honestly, I think this is where having 3 quarterbacks comes into a big issue because who are you going to start?
So
Well, you got Flacco. You've got who else does she have?
So you like
Christian
what
Ponder,
about
Eli Manning?
All right, let's do this. What about Flacco this week and Manning this week? Manning has been less the performer, but has had far stellar games. Both
Who's
Flacco
Flacco taking
and Flacco is playing Oakland.
Oakland. Yeah,
but both-
they're hosting Oakland, and
They're both projected for 16 points. And I want to do a board bet on this one.
I'll take Flacco on the over.
Oh, I meant like as far as like
More fantasy points this week.
Eli Manning versus
Yeah.
Flacco this week.
Who's Eli Manning playing?
They're at Cincinnati, which Cincy's been tough. They're tough.
They're actually giving up more points through the air than they are on the ground.
I tell you what, Manning has had nightmare. Your wide receivers, they're suspect they haven't been playing. Yours, Erica's, which is falling lines as to why he did so poorly.
Well,
I almost,
Victor Cruz still put up double digits, even with bruised ribs sitting out for almost an entire quarter and then coming back.
here's the thing: Oakland doesn't have a running game now because McFadden's
Fadden's
out.
on the out, yeah.
So they know.
Well,
they're gonna have,
There's talk of his replacement that could put up the numbers. And
but
I
that
mean,
turns
until you
to a shootout,
see,
though.
until you see, you almost have to wait to see how the game is going to go.
Because you got Ray Rice, and Ray Rice can run the ball down. Oakland.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They
I didn't
control
even
that
think
clock.
about Ray Rice.
Exactly.
I
I
almost don't even want to take that board bet.
No,
Although-
no.
Although they're both predicting 16 points, I actually this week, as much as we've kind of gone back and forth with Flacco, I'd actually almost take Flacco over Eli. But for
I don't
the
know
sake
if Ray Rice starts throwing it down,
of-
running it
for
down
the
the
sake for the
throat.
sake of board
Eli's-
bets, for the sake of board bets, I'll do it. I'll take Eli over Flacco this week for overall fantasy points.
I got
Well, it's
Flacco.
like I got some writing to do.
You got good to
I'm
work.
not confident with it, so I'm not.
You're going to
It
take
is what it is. But
Flacco over Eli?
he's taking
Flacco.
I'm taking
All right.
Eli. I think Eli's a better quarterback. I just don't like it. I don't know. Not real confident, but for the sake of bolstering some board bets, I'll throw it on there. And I've talked so much about Flacco crap out in the last couple of weeks, and I will throw something on there.
So let me get this straight. We got Flacco over Eli for fantasy points. He's taking Flacco, you're taking Eli.
And they're both at 16. So,
They're both,
So they got an even rating. So that's actually-
but hey, if they both go over 16 points, it's whoever scores more, right?
Yeah,
It's overall fantasy
points.
points.
Overall fantasy points.
So moving
All right,
on.
let's get past that.
I might start another page. I can already tell.
Okay.
All right, who's got the next one? I got you.
You got me? Oh, then I've got John.
I got
Look
you,
at that.
babe.
No, you don't.
That's,
Oh, okay, Cher. So we
Hey.
got.
Apparently, you ran into a tree.
Sweet.
Sonny Bono?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the tree over being a woman.
At least you're still standing.
So's the tree.
Tree ain't go nowhere.
So we've got John, Coach. I'm trying to read this chicken scratch.
That was him. The two he filled
85.
out.
That's sitting in 6th. Okay, I see what it is. And schedule difficulty is at 7th. So he's literally right in the middle.
3-year-old.
He does.
I do.
My 6-year-old writes clearer than this.
Thank my dad.
He's right in the middle with his coach and schedule difficulty. So literally right in the middle. He's got Manning starting. Jordy Nelson. Okay, what is the story with Jordy Nelson? That's my concern. You have it has to be because you've got 2 viable options, even though they're low points, sitting on your bench that you can move one to a flex and move somebody else up for a wide receiver.
This is really weird, yeah. And not for nothing, I think I'm going to get you, and I love
He's
Jordy
Green
Nelson
Bay. He's on a
t-shirt.
bye.
Well, but the last 2 weeks he hasn't been. Is he just injured? That injured? And
He's expected to be okay, but Green Bay's on a bye this week.
Okay, so eventually
Maybe he's going to
now
make a
he's healthy,
change.
but he's not playing this week.
Yeah.
Correct.
So no, it still shows him injured. But
Well, he did leave last week with an ankle injury. So
Oh, so he did come back into the game and then left. Yeah. Oh, okay.
well, he was in the game but left. So
you can make some changes, do some adjustment, put him on your bench, and put some more points up there, especially going
put
against
points
me.
out there, John. Put big points out
He
there.
needs it severely.
Exactly.
So just saying. Really, I don't see any major changes he can make.
Although I am picking against you. But
Go ahead.
Not
I'm
you.
picking
It's
against
about John.
Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently that moment of silence was brought to you by Total Chaos. And moving on to Total Chaos,
There will be no silence when this
we've
game
got.
starts.
I don't know. You look pretty solid. Everyone's looking projected for double digits.
I even went out and strengthened my bench for
for bench points. I don't think
bench points and trade bait.
I really don't think it's going to have to go to the bench. And I think here's the deal: if you're picking up people off the waiver wire, I don't think it's necessarily a trade bait. Because if someone really wanted those people, they would have grabbed them off the waiver wire.
Well, going into it, I mean, maybe not
Maybe-
everybody's taking the shot at the waiver wire.
Yeah, but you got a Thursday. It's not like you stole them on Tuesday and then other
Right.
trade bait. I mean, it's Thursday. It's 3 days after. Obviously, they're not
Wednesday.
that or whatever.
Because the game hasn't started yet.
It's
Good luck with
Thursday when they get to see it. So
In any event, you have
well, this
Dustin
Thursday
Keller on your
happens.
bench at 15. Witten,
Who's also at 15.
this is getting kind of redundant, but I mean, your team goes as
As
the Cowboys go,
go.
and that's kind of like where you're at.
And see, and you dropped a trade. We'll go into it more, but you dropped a trade offer to me. I like part of it, and then part of it I don't like, and we'll explain that later.
Yeah, well, that's usually the way it works. It's usually like, it's supposed to be like fill a hole here.
But there, well, I mean, the
offset something there.
part of it I don't like is what it does to me next week.
Well, next week you're in a world of hurt.
I am in.
But
Ton of
let's
hurt.
save all that some fancy
Yeah,
fluff because
so-
we got some stuff we can just kind of like.
Yeah, we've already burned like 12 minutes.
Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, you pretty much look like your stuff's locked and loaded for next week.
I'm 7th overall in coach ranking. I have the weakest schedule,
You do
which
have
you can't tell from the
the fact that you're
overall.
in first place.
I'm not in first.
He's in second.
That's right. By 10 points. Okay. That said, quick 30-second response on Cecil Shorts.
They lost a wide receiver. Cecil Shorts has come off the bench as a rookie. Blaine Gabbert has been hitting him almost continuously. He's starting to show points. He's starting to show value. This week, I'm hoping that value will show up going up against Indy.
It's going to be a shootout.
So
Well,
maybe
maybe it's a shootout, at least on one side of it.
well, you never know. I mean, look what Kansas City has done. Look what
Indy doesn't have the stellar defense.
Yeah. I
think
mean, it could
be-
turn into Cecil Shorts actually putting up decent double digits. High teens, low 20s.
And I'm starting Rashad Jennings, so I'm kind of hoping they run the ball. So at least if they run the ball, maybe they'll open the passing game up for you. But
Hopefully they won't.
here's the thing. I need them to.
Yeah.
Because Indy's having to start their backup running back, and I've got Indy's number one wide receiver. So I need
You know
the
what?
points to be high enough
They're
to
calling
really
Vic
start.
Ballard a backup running back still.
But this week they like his starting.
Well, the last couple of weeks, he's done some phenomenal things. The corkscrew touchdown. I mean, the boy, dude, I loved it. I watched that game and went, really? But he's in the right place at the right time. He's catching out of the backfield. He's making adjustments on his run. He's breaking tackles. He's showing everything that needs to be a starting running back.
Doesn't hurt that your quarterback's putting up 433 yards passing.
BAM!
And for all yours that just got blown out on the speaker there, moving on. What we got next?
Ooh, it's a double break. Nice.
We might need to take a break and come back to the last ones.
Because we just busted some time.
So I'm on top of the time. Figure that out.
He's never on top. That's what his girlfriend said. And we're back.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We're back.
Yeah. Actually, I did that on purpose.
That one for last, though.
Yeah, save it for last. I did that on purpose. So
I'll move the other one around.
Going up now, we've got Two Pump Chumps versus Road Rash. And this can actually be one of those balance games we were talking about earlier. With Road Rash coming in, coach ranked at 3rd. By the skin of your teeth. That's just because of that whole Martin BS. Your schedule difficulty is 4th, which I don't agree with. You should have won some of the other games you lost. But hey. And by sheer luck, you're in 1st. So, but you're not in 1st. He's in 1st. I'm in 2nd. Gordo still holds, I think, 3rd.
Yep.
And you're sitting in 4th looking for a playoff spot. So, good luck to you. Looking at your lineup, you really have no other options. Greg Little, not playing. DeMarco Murray is still out. Rashard Mendenhall is out. How is that working? I'm so glad I got rid of him last year. Green Ellis is looking at 8 points going up against the Giants, and no Packers this week. So good luck to you. I mean, there's really he's got Rashard Mendenhall and DeMarco Murray, 2 running backs sitting on his bench doing nothing for the past 3 weeks.
Rashard Mendenhall off the waiver wire.
No. Because Devin has Isaac Redman and Trudy has Jonathan Dwyer.
And we're looking at Mike here, Road Rash. He's coaching rank is 9th place. His schedule difficulty is tied for 8th place. And overall, I mean, you got a solid lineup going into for this week. As a matter of fact, I think I did take you for the win over Brandon this week. There's really nothing you could shuffle in. Maybe who we got?
I don't think he's
Hardline
fully set up his lineup.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's Hardline can maybe move in there.
Well, first and foremost, we know that RG3 is off.
Yeah, RG3
So
is out.
Michael Vick, although he's forced to put him in, he's had 2 decent back-to-back weeks for the way Vick's been performing. So if he has to basically be thrust into the starting lineup,
Perfect week.
at least he's on a kind of incline.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's going to be a shootout with Dallas. I mean, Romo's going to put up big numbers. Vick's going to put up big numbers. I think it's going to be a shootout for both of them.
Who wants to take the board bet on who throws more interceptions between Michael Vick and Tony Romo?
I'll take Romo for the over.
We haven't put a number up, though.
Doesn't matter. I'm taking Romo for the over.
9! Go 9!
Okay, let's say...
Because we know he can do 5.
Let's say so we're going to pick one particular quarterback and do the over?
Vic gave up 4 last week.
No, Vic only gave up 1 last week.
Okay, so you're saying Romo...
He had 2 fumbles and a pick.
No, we're talking picks.
Okay, so
6 in general.
So just in general, you're saying that, so I get this straight, Tony Romo throws for more picks than Michael Vick does.
I think Romo has more turnovers than Vic.
Okay, so whether he fumbles the ball or
exactly.
throws, okay, that's fine. Either or, it's the same difference. Yeah, I'll take the less turnovers via Vic, which is that's really important. And actually, the way Vic's been crazy and running and stuff like that, I don't even know.
And they're playing each other
That's
this
the second
week.
board bet that I'm.
You know what? Well, no, I wouldn't say not feel comfortable with, because Dallas's defense does get around DeMarcus Ware, Spears.
But Dallas, as far as causing turnovers, is bad.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They caused 1 with Matt Ryan.
Overall, no. Overall, and honestly, I've listened to this. I've watched it. They, as far as turnovers
We'll
forced,
stab him in his jugular.
turnovers forced, whether it be fumbles, interceptions, they are ranked one of the lower teams in the league. Yes, they are.
Okay, well, we still got 2 more matches.
All right, you're
left to go.
taking who for the over/under on turnovers?
I took, well, it's not an over and under. He's just basically saying that Romo's going to do turn the ball over more than Vic is. And I'm saying Vic's going to turn the, wait.
Vic's going to turn it
You're
over
saying
less.
Romo is,
More turnovers than Vic.
yes.
Okay.
And I said Vic is more than Romo. So more turnovers, Vic versus Romo. He's got
Gotcha.
Romo. I've got Vic. See, when we do the over-under, you have to actually put a number up.
Yeah.
It has to be like a...
Yeah, I don't think we have an actual number on this particular one.
No.
It's the
Because
way-
we have even quarterbacks.
Yeah,
But I'm saying when we're picking one particular player, then you put the over-under up. Because otherwise you get
Dallas.
stuck. All right. Moving on. I've got Gordomania.
I've got DK. DK sitting at coach rank 11, which is actually kind of an under, but he's sitting in the middle of the schedule
He's
difficulty.
only on with me.
No,
Well, there's,
Oh,
one,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
one more. Yes.
Got it. I forgot about. Sorry. You want to start?
Sure. Well, you already had. But
Oh, well,
I'll
yeah.
jump into Gordomania. You have a coach ranking of 2, actually. Nice picks by you. Your schedule difficulty of 5. So it's not like you've got the, I mean, you're actually on the more difficult end of that. And your coach ranking is still 2. So then both those things, both go in your favor. You're paying attention. You're doing
Balance
what
out.
you
You should
do.
be in third.
Off of Pat's bye last week, Welker had to sit on his bench. Welker makes his starting lineup. He hasn't made the adjustment yet, but I expect him to. Welker's projected at 20. Randall Cobb being off this week, he basically just fills that slot and he gets just kind of run right from there. Philip Rivers, I mean, his biggest thing this year has been his quarterback. He's got Bradford and Rivers. It's, it is what it is. He's got Rivers going against Tampa Bay this week. So he's only getting 15. The rest of his points looking
I like
double
that better
digits.
than Bradford's matchup against San Francisco. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. So he pretty much has his lineup set short of sliding Welker in there, which I expect him to do. And we're going into this later. We've got our picks. to
But
make.
also, it's his tight end situation. Does he slide Owen Daniels in against Chicago, or does he keep Tony Gonzalez in against New Orleans? Both tight ends facing a very, very difficult defense.
I'll take that. I'll take another board bet if you want to jump into that. Seems like we kind of keep going over and above you. I'll take Tony Gonzalez for more fantasy points versus Owen Daniels going into this week.
I'll take that bet.
Now, granted, Owen Daniels crushed him last week, but I like New Orleans secondary giving up pass plays to Matt Ryan, and that's my quarterback. So,
Homer.
Fantasy
hey,
points. Are we doing fantasy points?
overall fantasy points, I'm saying that Tony Gonzalez puts up more points than Owen Daniels.
I'll take Owen Daniels for the over on that.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
God, stop saying over.
I
I just over the other player. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Sorry. All right, let's go. Who's got? You got?
I got DK.
All right.
Right before you threw it.
I hit the one behind me.
Oh, yeah, that's all.
It's on the rebound. DK, what are we looking at? We're looking at Andrew Luck starting against Jacksonville, which is probably going to be a good start as long as they don't push into the run game this week, which I don't see that happening. They're probably going to split it up. He may not hit the 300-yard mark this week if they're going to try to run the ball with Vic Ballard. Josh Freeman's taking on San Diego. Might be the better start for airing out the ball. He's also got Shaw, which Shaw's playing Chicago. That could go into the air real quick.
On Monday night.
Yeah.
On a big stage. If they shut down the run, they might have to open up the passing game. I see that aspect of
after
it.
letting the Titans
still
run all over them. I mean, granted, they beat them like 51-20, but with being able to break off some big runs,
defense,
yeah.
I like going with the hot hand. I still like Andrew Luck, and I mean he's got a couple of adjustments. I think
He needs to
make.
find him a kicker.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a better defense out there than the Vikings. Talk to me. I've got one. Your dad's got one. Talk to one of us.
Give me the number on the Vikings.
6.
Oh, okay. What was his backup?
-6.
No, what was the team?
The Bills.
Bills.
Oh, yeah. So you literally have a team
That's
on your
worse.
fantasy on your bench, one way or another. They're playing
Needs
against
to
our
go.
Pats,
It
okay?
needs to go.
Yeah.
I'll trade you the Ravens for like I don't
But he
know.
does have the
How
Vikings.
Ravens
I
you
do.
trade him? Oh, I thought you dropped.
No, I
He
picked him up.
does have the
yesterday.
Vikings defense at home though, and they do step it up.
I think they're falling. They're trending down, and I don't like it. I don't know if there's a better defense out there right now. He may have to stick with the Vikings.
I think
but
he does.
if not for nothing, at least get rid of the Bills and take care of your
Yeah.
situation.
Other than that, I mean, he looks pretty good. Reggie Bush, you should have Rice in there. There's Rice. Okay, making sure you have Rice because that dude is just going to run all over Oakland. Yeah, you're looking good. I mean,
You want to do another board bet on the because we got another game, 1919 split decision on Andrew Luck and
And
the quarterback
Josh
that you
Freeman.
said he should go forward with.
I'm not going to agree with him on that.
I'm
I'll do
still,
one
I'm
with
still
you.
taking Luck.
I like the Freeman
like
matchup.
Freeman?
Yeah, I'll do a board bet with you.
I'm going to pass on this one.
I'll take overall fantasy points for the game.
Josh Freeman.
Josh
versus
Freeman over
Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck.
Okay.
Done.
The other thing, there's one of them, what we were talking about here. What's Rosberg?
The one thing I was looking at was the Schaub versus Chicago's defense. They are
Oh, that's
stellar
right.
against the run, which means Schaub's going to have to put that ball in the air a lot more than he usually does. He may actually come into that running of quarterback dilemma. Which quarterback do you start? So
It's, you know,
we can
Chicago.
hit on that more in the flush.
The one thing about that is I think as good as Chicago's defense
You know what?
is taking away the ball, I think they keep it in a controlled situation and try and keep that
That
ball
is a
on the
good point,
ground
yeah,
and not
I do.
lock that thing up.
You know what? Put me on that board bet. I'll take Shop for overall.
We'll do a three-way.
I think
That'll
we
be
can do
2-1. We can do that.
We do that.
All right. So moving on.
So what happens? So what happens if? Okay, so whoever wins the most overall points wins
The
double
overall
down.
bet. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. And so we got Naughty Gnomes against TDs.
Wow.
Ooh.
Start with gnomes.
Trudy, you're gonna get smoked this week. I love you, girl, but man, this is not the week for you. Of course, Erica's gonna have to put Brady in. She's gonna have to put Aaron Hernandez in. Who else is
I don't
going
know
in?
about her. Well, yeah, I
Mark-
guess I mean Hernandez is supposed to go
Michael
in.
Short.
Dixon's
Oscar
not off
going
this
in.
week, but he had a baby. I don't think it was an injury issue.
Yeah.
So he should be all right.
Yep. And she's got coaching and schedule difficulty both at one.
See, that to me was the most significant of all the stuff I would go in all of these, and that's because it's Erica. But I thought was having 1-1 on any one of these was huge. I mean, you basically have
Yeah, you're literally
you're
the
number
hardest
one,
schedule and
the
the
hardest
best
schedule
coach.
and the best coach.
She's
of the
almost like
entire league.
Belichick a couple of years ago. The hardest
That
schedule
was,
and,
that
and
was
almost an
pretty
undefeated
impressive.
season.
I was like, I saw that when I was writing them down. I do hear it. I was like, oh, 1-1.
Yeah.
So usually those two don't go hand in hand.
No, they don't. They don't.
All right. Wrap
So
that
my
up real
props
quick
to you.
so I can wrap this one up and give y'all time.
But yeah, I got Erica. Trudy, I'm sorry. You're gonna get.
Now, everybody knows Erica doesn't set her lineup till the last minute, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. You know what's going to happen. Coach rating for the TDs is a 12. She's at the bottom of the line. And it's not so much starting the wrong players. It's just none of those players are showing up.
She's starting players she expects, and everyone expects them to do something.
and they're not doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Schedule difficulty is 2, so she's right under the nose. And the fact that she's not winning, and she still puts up decent points throughout the season, it's just not enough because they're not showing up like they're supposed to be.
You know, that's why she's been my horse to start the first half of the season because she does
And
have
now
the players
she's more
to play.
like
She
the
does
mule that you drag behind the cart.
Exactly.
Love you, honey, but it's been rough for you the last 2 years.
And that's
First 2 years, too. That's the sad part.
Unfortunately, I mean that's the same thing that's happened to me in a different league. I've got a stellar team, but they're not producing when they need to.
So let me wrap this up. I got about 20 seconds to do it. Stafford, Ballard. I like the Ballard start going against Jacksonville because if they get ahead early, they're going to turn it into a run game, and Ballard's going to be the way to go. Calvin Johnson with Stafford, handcuff quarterback to wide receiver. He still puts up good numbers. Vernon Davis is coming in against St. Louis.
Monster game.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson, who is always always in Vic's targets. Mike Williams from Tampa Bay, who's one of Freeman's top receivers. Dan Bailey from the Cowboys, who actually puts up numbers because that's about all they can do right now. And Lions defense over the Titans. I mean, she's really started all the right players so far.
Well,
I know you talked about Ben going against Kansas City, but with Isaac Redmond and probably getting Dwyer back this week, if they get ahead, they're going to run the ball. And that's Steelers' game.
and I do have to back up again, real quick because we are on time here. But Deshaun Jackson would be the only key on that, aside from Ben and Stafford. But, again, Michael Vick, with the receivers, I mean, you got that EKG thing.
Yeah. Well, he still put up good numbers on that trouncing by the Saints.
Right.
I mean, so it's
I just think how Vick goes is how the wide receivers go.
yeah. But no, overall, I think she's got a good starting lineup. Just hope it pays off for you. And I don't know if you guys are going to have time to hit that one. Yeah, we're at the 15-minute mark.
I will come back.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll do the last.
We can probably start this one off with our fantasy fluff.
And finish with ours.
That's what I'm saying. Start off with ours for fantasy fluff and do our picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Sounds good.
take a quick break and then do our anything left to plug in the end there. Which
Okay.
I'm sure we do.
Stick around. We've always got more to talk about. That's what we do. So